Hello IT Pros and welcome back to my IT workshop. This is your boy Alvendril, and in this video we're going to create a piece of software, if you will, a script to encrypt some a code, to encrypt a code. I mean to encrypt or to code some strings. Okay. So in other words, what we are going to do, I'm going to show you where is this? Where is it? Here it is. So for example, this is going to be really quick. We have this string and we want to move one letter to the right. Okay, so when we apply the script or the code we're going to do right now, this string is going to look like B, C, D. Why? Because we're moving all the string one letter to the right. So A is going to become B, B is going to become C, and C is going to become D. We can also do it the other way around. So let's say one position to the left. So this one is going to become, or would become, Z, A, and B, right? Because what's before A, well, would be the last letter of the alphabet, which is Z. So B is going to go one position to the left, that's going to be A, and C is going to go one position to the left, so it's going to be B. So we can also do it like 5 position and all that, but this is just a simple example of what we're going to do. So it's going to look better when we actually do the algorithm and the code. So this is my IT workshop, my channel. If you scroll down to the bottom, you're going to see I have, I could say, a few projects using Python automation. So if you're interested in that, you can click on the top right of this screen for the playlist. All right. Now, I'm going to use, as always, this is my my desktop computer. My icons are a little bigger so you can see better what I do. And this is the Python IDE that I use. It's the most common one. You can use any other compiler, but I mean, this is the easiest one in my opinion. So before we start, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. So now we're going to start with message. So this is the message that we want to send. In this case, I'm just going to say, hello, IT Pros. Then we need the alphabet. So all the letters in the English alphabet. So that one is going to be something like that. I already have it, so I don't have to type it. I'm wasting all that time. So these are all the letters that we have in the alphabet from A to Z. Next, what we need is what other characters might be in the string. For example, here we only see letters, but what if there are numbers? What if there are special characters? Or maybe you only want letters. So we can make it work that way as well. But in this case, I'm going to put the special characters, not all of them, just a few. So I'm going to call it a special. So this one is going to be another string with, I don't know, a few characters like comma, dot, dot, period, space, that symbol, I don't know what's called, exclamation, parentheses. As you know, there are many. I'm just using a few, but this is just an example. Well, let's call this a special char. So yeah, that's better. Then what else do we need? We want to convert everything to lowercase, or can be uppercase as well. But in this case, I'm going to choose lowercase. So as you can see, we have a few capital letters here. And I want them, I don't want to be distinguishing them like this is capital, this is lowercase. Doesn't really make sense. So I'm going to convert them to lowercase. So to do that, we grab the variable message and we convert it into lowercase using this method. And that's it. So everything is going to be converted to lowercase. So next we're going to have, we have the specials, then we have numbers, of course. Numbers is going to be from 0 to 9. So we have that as well. And then we have the variable, I'm going to call it add, you can call it, or maybe you could call it encrypt, but this is the one that's going to define how many spaces we're going to move the letters. So we're going to try with 1. First, we can change this variable of the value of this variable, of course. And the other thing we're going to need is what message we're going to receive back. So that one I'm going to call it new word. So this is going to be a string and it's going to be empty because it doesn't have anything yet. So now what we need to do is to, well, do the actual, we need a for. inside for, we have the for E in message. So we're going to loop through this guy over here, okay? So inside we're going to say that we have to find the position of each letter, and we have to locate that letter over here, all right? So again, we have to check what letter we have to check the position of the letter that we have here, and then we have to work with that. So I'm going to create a new variable called position. You can call it anything that you may like, and we're going to use alphabet and find E. So what I'm doing here is for every element in message, I created a new variable position, and I have to find the index of this letter, okay? So this over here, this method find, in this case, parenthesis E or parenthesis I, means that it's going to find every letter, each one of these guys. I mean, H, E, L, L, O, space, I, T, and all that is going to look for that specific character inside alphabet. Okay, this is what it means. Find, the string, that, and the method find. That's what it's going to do. So once we have the position, what we need to do is, well, depending what we find, right? So we're going to say if E in special characters, we're going special characters over here. So what are we going to do? So well, actually in a special character, or and I forgot, no, not and, or if this is inside numbers. So we can do it in one line. I was going to do it in two, but doesn't make really much sense. Or E in numbers. So what I'm saying here is that, okay, we get a position, fine. So then we have to check if E is a special character or is a number, okay? So, because if that happens, we are not going to encrypt that. We're just going to leave it like that. So what we are going to do is we're going to append it, we're going to add it to this new string that we have created. At the moment, it's empty. So we're going to say that if we find, if E, any of these characters in the string, is a special character like this, a space, we have a space over here, we can have something like this, an exclamation. So if we find that, if that character is inside these two variables, special characters or numbers, what is going to happen is going just to add it. So we are not going to change that. It's just going to be, there is a space, okay, the space is going to be there. Nothing changes, all right? So we have that. Then the other option is going to be an elif. If the position is greater than 25. So I'm going to explain that in a few more seconds. So position plus at is greater than 25. Greater than 25. So what am I doing here? I'm saying that, as you know, this has a limit. This is 26 characters. But as you know, when we count in most languages, programming languages, we don't start in 1. We don't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So we have a limit. Imagine that you have a word with the letter Z, like zebra, for example, and you want to move it one position to the right. So there is no other letter after Z. It's just Z and it ends. There's nothing. But what we want is that when this is beyond Z, we want to move we want to move it one step to the right. I want it to be A. You see? So from here, it's going to jump here again. So we want that. So that's why we are adding this. So if position, so again, alphabet length is going to be 26, right? 26. But when we try to get the indexes or we loop through it, it's going to be 25. Because, like I said, it starts counting at 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Until 25 over here. So add is going to be what we are going to add. for example, if we want to move Z one position to the right, add is going to be 1, right? And if we want to do it 3 positions, this is going to be 3. So like I was saying in the original example, if we want to move Z 2 positions to the right, it's going to become B, correct? So that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm saying if position plus the variable add is greater than 25, which if I do the example I was explaining, it's going to be more than 25. It's going to be 27, I don't know, 30, 20, 24, no, 24, 27 or something like that. So it's going to be greater. So what are we going to do? We're going to find that difference. I'm going to call the difference M. You can call it anything that you may like. So I'm going to say position plus add minus 25. So how much is the difference? By how much I'm exceeding the limit, okay? So after that, after we do that calculation, we're going to add this to the empty string. Well, it's not going to be empty, maybe at the by that time, but if it is, well, you know, this string, new word has to be populated with the new encrypted word. So this one is going to be alphabet. We have it over here. And the important part is the position, alphabet. And this is going to be M, the one that we just calculated, minus 1, okay? So we're saying, for example, I'm just going to be example with Z. So Z comes, we have a word here, I don't know, Z, something like that. So we reach out to Z, it comes here, it's not a special character, it's not a number. So we come here, position plus add, I want to move it 1. We're going to try different values, but 1 is the easiest. So position is going to be 25, right? Because it's in the 25, well, position in this string. Again, 0, 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 until 25. So we're going to add that 1. So it's going to give us 26. 26 is greater than 25? Yes. So M is going to be position plus add, which is 26, minus 25, which is the limit, is going to be, 1. So the new word is going to add the letter in the alphabet M minus 1. So M is 1, as you know, from this calculation, and we're going to subtract 1. So it's going to be 0. So the position 0 in the alphabet string is going to be A. So why are we subtracting 1? It's just because of the fact that in most or all programming languages, we start counting at 0. So that's the only reason. Otherwise, we wouldn't need this. But of course we do. Now, next, else. So if it's not a special character, it's not a number, and the value is not greater than 25, what are we going to do? We're just going to say kind of the same here, but this one allow me to do it a little bigger, like this. So this one is going to be position plus add. So I'm going to give another example. Let's say the letter A. So A enters is not a special character, it's not a number. The position is going to be 0, of course. Plus add, I want 1. So 1 is greater than 25? No. So it's going to come here. New word is going to add the alphabet, the position 0. Okay, so I'm sorry, not 0. Position is going to be 0, and add is going to be 1. So we're going to add that that character. In this case, it's going to be B. Okay, so that's the logic. That's our algorithm, if you will, for this piece of code. So then we can print the new word that now is going to be populated. It's going to be encrypted. So I believe we did everything okay. So let's delete this IT Pro. So let's keep it like that. We can run it. Run module. Message is not defined. Message. Yeah, I have one S. Oh, where is the other message? Oh, here, message. Okay, save it and run it again. And as you can see here, it's like this. Let me move it around. Let's make it a little bit smaller, like this, even a little shorter, like this. Okay. So as you can see, this is kind of weird. It doesn't seem like it's doing something, but let's check it out. So I converted everything to lowercase, so that's why everything is lowercase here. And as you can see, this element exclamation is a special character, so it's not being converted to anything. So now what we have, let's say H. H enters the code and is going to be moved by one position. So H, what is H? H is going to be I. That's good. So the next one, E, is going to move one position. That would be F. Then L is going to be move one position to the right. That's M. O is going to be move one position, P. So, and let's check the last one. S is going to be move one position to the right, and S is T. So it's working. Let's try something else. Let's try zebra is a kind of horse. Something like it. So save it. We're going to run it again. And this is the encrypted message. As you can see, it's showing me spaces when we have spaces. Let's try just a random one. A, for example. So A is going to be moved to the right, so that's B. So as you can see, kind of is working. Let's try another. Let's try moving 5 positions. And we're going to save it. We're going to run it. And we have a total different string. So we're going to check a few, not all of them. But zebra, for example, Z. Z is going to be moved 5 positions. So that would be A, B, C, D, E. So E, that's working. Let's go to is, which is going to be NX. I is going to be moved 5 positions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, again, how many? 1. I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have that. It's N, and S is going to be moved 5 positions as well. So where is S? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's X. So as you can see, it's kind of working. So let's try something more visible. Let's try AAA space BBB space CCC. Why did I do that? So we save it and we run it. And as you can see, it's being moved. The string is being moved 5 letters to the right. So for example, A is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's F. B is going to be G, and C is going to be H. So that one is working. So what happens if we put a character that is not in special characters? So which one is not here? Let's say this one. What is going to happen is the next run module, and it's going to print technically a random letter because it doesn't find anything. So as you can see, we try to move it 5 steps. Let's try just to move it 1. Save it. So it's it's going to print something because it's not in the special characters, right? So if we add it, let's add it over here. We're going to save it and let's see what happens. So it's printing that now. So whatever you add here is going to be recognized in this part of the code, special characters or numbers. If it's not here, it's going to give you another character. So let's try another thing. What about I'm happy? Okay, but this time we're going to move it 2 steps to the left. So we run it, run module, and there you go. So if we check again, everything is going to be turned into lowercase. And if we go to letter I, so where is letter I? We're saying 2 positions to the left. So 1 position, 2 positions, and it's G. Let's check the last one. Y, 2 positions to the left. Y, 1, 2, W. So that's working. So let me try with a bigger, with a longer string. So I'm in this website, lipsum.com, that generates kind of random text. I'm going to leave the link in the description below if you're interested. So I'm going to copy this like this. Where is my, here you are. So I'm going to replace all this like that. It's very long, as you can see, but we're going to run it now. So run module, yes. So as you can see, it has been converted in something that doesn't make any sense for us, but that's how it works. Okay, we're back here. And let's say we want to move it only. What happens if we type 0? So if we type 0, nothing is going to be moved, as you can see. So it's the same. It's a long established fact that the readers will be distracted by readable content, la la la. So it copies the same. If there is a character here that we don't have it in the special characters, it's going to print it as something else. I don't see any of those over here, but that would be the reason if there is. So another thing, another detail. For example, if you type 0, as we have seen, nothing changes. What if we type 26, which is the limit? So we run it, and as you can see, it doesn't change either. Why it doesn't change? Because we're telling that move every letter 26 spaces. So the length of this guy is going to be 26, when in reality 25. But when we move it all that, technically it's going in circles. So you say move A 25 spaces to the right. So that's A again. So it's going to come back to the same position. I mean 26 spaces. It's going to come back to the same position. That's why nothing changes here. Okay. So there is a limit, of course. We cannot do this forever or with any other number. I'm going to give you an example. Run module. Now, let's change this to, I don't know, 50. It doesn't make much sense to do it, and it's going to give us an error because it's out of range. So the maximum you can go, I mean, you can go a little further than 26, but it doesn't make much sense since you can go negative, as I have shown you, or you can go to the right. So if we go further than 26, it's going to repeat itself. It's going to repeat itself. But again, it has a limit. You cannot put 50 because it would be repeating like two times. So in theory, if 50 were to work, you would have to print A again. Well, not 50, it would be 52. It would print A again. So it doesn't really make much sense. So if we type, for example, -10, it's going to give us some gibberish that I don't know what it is. So the other person, let's say you copy this. Now we're going to do this. We're going to copy all this over here. That is the result. How do we do this? Because this is kind of very long. Yeah, okay, this is something I didn't check. So let me select all this. So like this, I'm going to close it like this. And can I do this? It's the same, but okay. So we're going to go back. So we are here, and this is the message, let's say the encrypted message. So where is this? It's over here, yeah. This is the encrypted message that, let's say the person that we want to send this to encrypted received this. And if we want to get the original message, we only have to do this, save, run, and now it's, what happened here? Did I copy it incorrectly? Maybe I did. Maybe I did. So, but you can see that it has turned again to the original message. So the only thing I did is do the opposite. So the original was -10. So that was encrypted. So if the other persons want to retrieve the original message, the only thing they have to do is do the opposite, 10. So let's try with something not that long and say, please subscribe. And this is a good time for you to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. So for example, we have this message, please subscribe. And I'm going to change it, I don't know, 20 positions, okay? Yeah, 20 position is fine. So run, and as you can see, it's changed. So I send this to the person I want to send this encrypted message, and that person put it here, and they have to do -20. So run module, and there you have it. Please subscribe. Maybe you can, well, not, maybe we can add something else like try and accept so we don't get the error. But this is basically it. That's how you encrypt a very basic algorithm, very basic script piece of code. So that's how you can encrypt messages. So maybe you want to look like this, so like a graphical interface where you can type something, you can paste, or you can type what you want, you press a button, and it's going to encrypt it, right? So I have done some videos in the past about that. That is called tkinter. So if you scroll down in my channel, we have the basics of tkinter over here. Tkinter graphical user interface basics. So using that, I was able to do this graphical interface using Python. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show you in this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any other comment or questions, leave it in the comment section below. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.